Good morning, Hoppers. This is Mrs. Sutliff with your writing lesson for today. Let's hop right in with our learning targets. First, I can study an example persuasive essay, and this example will be written by a real fourth grade student just like you. Also, I can explain the structure of a persuasive essay, and you will be doing that on Edmodo. And just so you know, today's mini lesson is entirely new and reflects the realization that for kids like you who are new to writing essays, structuring your writing is more complicated than you could ever imagine. And in an essay, it's so important to have structure. Without structure, you have nothing but just rambling ideas. So we're really going to work on structure for a long time at the beginning of this unit. Also, you're going to be writing today a mini essay about your favorite food because everybody eats, everybody likes to eat, everybody has a food that they like to eat the most. So it's a very good first persuasive essay for us. All right, let's jump right in. Okay. Here's that example essay. Before I read it to you, I just want to talk a little bit about the hard work you'll be doing during this unit. Everybody, when you shared your stories on Storybird and you got to give a tag, tell something you like, compliment, ask a question, and give a suggestion to your classmates, I was just amazed at the writing and how you took it to new places. Your writing was like a magic carpet, everyone, and it brought everybody to those settings that you created. And those characters that you created, they told those stories. It was amazing, and you should give yourself a pat on the back for that. I think that you're ready to graduate to some new and very grown-up challenges. In this next unit of study, you'll be writing essays. Do any of you have older brothers or sisters? You might. You might have heard that they're working on something called an essay because this is a kind of writing that people do a lot when they are in middle school and high school and especially when they are in college. So I hope you see how this is so important because this is going to follow you all the way through the rest of your time being a student. If you learn to write essays well, that skill will give you a magic carpet, helping you get into great colleges and get scholarships. An ability to write essays well will give you a magic carpet that will take you places in life. The entries you've collected and the stories you've developed are wonderful, but writers don't just write stories. I know you all enjoyed our story writing unit, but for the next few weeks, instead of writing stories, you'll be writing essays. Instead of writing about small moments or creating scenes with characters, you will be writing about big ideas. Since this is new work for you writers, I really want you to pay attention to this example. Imagine this for a second. You're learning how to dive, to dive into a pool. And when you're doing that, you're not just going to jump right in. You're going to find somebody who is really good at diving. And you're going to watch that person and you're going to notice how the diver points her toes as she leaps off the board, or you're going to notice the angle that she hits the water. You're going to watch it, and you're going to think, I'm going to try to dive in just that way. It's no different when you want to write a new kind of text, a new genre. It helps to study the work of someone who has written that sort of text. So listen and look as I read to you an essay written by a writer just your age. As you listen, you'll be thinking, I'm going to write in just that kind of way. Pay careful attention to the moves this writer makes. I'm going to start right here. What people need to know is that my dad makes the best burritos ever. He melts the eggs and puts them on the burritos. He spices the steak with awesome stuff, and he puts the special ingredients on the burritos. One reason that my dad makes the best burritos ever is that he melts the eggs and puts the eggs on the burritos. My dad makes the best breakfast burritos ever because he melts the eggs to perfection. He spreads the melted eggs amazingly on top of the burritos. Another reason why my dad makes the best burritos ever is that he spices the steak just right. My dad makes the best breakfast burritos ever because he puts so much seasoning on it, screams, "Eat me, I taste delicious." My dad makes the best burritos ever because he spices steak to perfection. Finally, my dad makes the best breakfast burritos ever because he puts special ingredients on the burritos. For example, I can't believe that he spices everything and still makes it stay so good. In addition, he puts a little bit of his secret stuff on the potatoes. They are delicious. Another example is that he have the rest the just right amount of every single bit of everything. That's why my dad makes the best breakfast burritos ever. One time I had breakfast burritos. I about fainted. They were so good. I had no idea what he put in the steak, but it was so good. I never asked. I just kept on eating the burrito. And also, I couldn't believe that he melted the eggs. And one time when I asked him what was in the burrito, he told me there was a special ingredients. So, in conclusion, my dad makes the best breakfast burritos ever because he melts the eggs, he spices the steak, and he puts special ingredients on the burrito. This is important to me because I think breakfast should be amazing to start your day good, and breakfast burritos are good just for the fun of it. That's why my dad makes the best breakfast burritos ever. The end. Okay, writers, today we are not going to have a regular sort of mini lesson where I teach you something and then you try it and then you go off to work independently, because I want to give you a feeling in your bones for what it's like to write an essay. Instead of a typical mini lesson, we'll do some shared writing on Edmodo, working together to write flash draft essays that you'll then each write on Edmodo. Last year, you probably worked to write a shared speech to make a change in the school, arguing for a cause, such as getting more magazines for the school library. This time, instead of a shared speech, we're all going to work together to write a shared essay. So, as we do this, I especially want you to learn about how writers structure their essays, how you keep it organized. So here's my teaching point. Today, I want to teach you that when writers write essays about their opinions, they structure their essays so that they can communicate their thesis statement. That's their claim or their idea. And then they give their reasons for their thesis statement. Sometimes writers refer to this as boxes and bullets. So here it is. Usually when writers write essays, they start by making opinions of their own, but for today, we're all going to work with an opinion that I hope most of us share, a love for food. Here's my example boxes and bullets. And we're going to follow this on Edmodo. Obviously, we won't have a box, but you'll find where you're supposed to put your topic. And in this case, I love ice cream. And then on Edmodo today, you're going to use a separate post to give your reasons for why you love that food. All right? So here are the reasons I came up with for why I love ice cream. I love ice cream because you can add different toppings. I love ice cream because there are so many flavors. I love ice cream because it cools you off on a hot day. And finally, I love ice cream because you can put it in a cone or a dish. Okay, here's your assignment for Edmodo. First, pause this video and open up Edmodo and find the writing group. When you're ready, I want you to look through all of the posts that are on there. Your step number 2 is to find the thesis statement that you want to work on. It'll be the food that you most agree with is your favorite food, okay? And if you can't find one, let me know. We can start a new post for a different food if it seems like a food that a lot of other people would also like. But that's a little bit of extra work for me. So please just see if you can't find one of those posts that you want to reply to. And then when you reply, you're going to give your reasons for liking that food. And click reply as quickly as you come up with one so that other people can see your idea and they can start to build off of it. Other people are going to be working on that food too. And before you know it, you're going to together create a pretty good list of bullets for that food. Okay? If you finish that food, you can go on and read other people's ideas for other foods and stay busy. We're going to write the whole time. Okay? That's it for now. Go ahead and hop to it.